Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I felt called to come on and do a reading, and this reading is going to be the truth of this situation. So really we're going to find out what Spirit wants you to know about this situation. And today I'm using the Dark Abyss Tarot. The other day I used the White Abyss Tarot, and these decks were sent to me, and I'm going to share the links in the description box below. There's also a code that you can use for 15% off of these decks. So yeah, we're going to use these decks today. I want to show you the box. I don't know why, but I'm obsessed with the box. It's so cool. I like tarot boxes. So yeah, we're going to see what the truth of this situation is. So we're going to come back to tarot. We have the World, so you and this person, there could be distance between you, or there could have needed to be lessons learned from this connection. But we're going to return back to tarot in a moment. And I'm actually going to start with this deck. I felt called to get this deck today. So the truth of this situation. And what's interesting is on the bottom we have situationship. So it could have been a situationship. There could have been, you know, a lack of commitment. And here we have destined. Interesting. So let's see what the truth of this connection is before we get into tarot. What is the truth of this situation? Come on. All right, so Spirit, we're looking at what the truth of this situation is. What does the viewer need to hear? And keep in mind, I do a lot of love readings and I channel different collectives, although lately I've been channeling the same, like 2 collectives. But just keep that in mind to use your intuition and your own discernment when it comes to my readings, because not every reading will be for you. We have leveling up. This connection is moving to the next level. So it feels like there could be a new chapter coming with that World card that I flipped over. And we have soulmate. So this is definitely, you know, feeling like a soulmate connection, meant to help both of you level up. So you could be going through an ascension, or actually both of you could be going through an ascension. But this connection could be the fact that we saw situationship and destined. It could have started out as a situationship and it's about to move to the next level of, you know, a higher level of commitment than a situationship. So let's see the truth of this situation. What is the truth of this situation? So we have different pages and we have self-worth. So it feels to me like you weren't being valued in this connection, and that you and this person were on different pages. So this person could have been more in a lack of commitment or situationship on that page, and you could have wanted to take this connection to the next level. And I'm not sure if this is what's happening to you currently. If you and this person are together right now and they're just kind of treating you like an option, I'll see what else comes out. But clearly you weren't being valued in this connection. I feel like you were dealing or are dealing with someone who kind of, maybe they're a little bit self-absorbed or they're more self-focused and they weren't or they're not valuing you. And perhaps for some of you, you've already, you know, kind of walked away from it. What is the truth of this situation? So we have watching you. So someone is watching you. We have healing wounds within this relationship. So there is some sort of healing that's taking place right now, even if you are in separation. We have apprehensive, so you could be feeling apprehensive about the future of this connection. But what I'm seeing is that there's actually things being healed right now, even though there may be distance or boundaries between you. It could also be that the person you're connected to is feeling apprehensive, like especially if they're watching you, they could be feeling apprehensive about coming towards you. It looks like this was a connection that had like really high highs and really low lows. And no matter what you and this person tried to do, you couldn't get on the same page. And one of the conflicts here could have been, like I said, that this person wasn't prioritizing you or valuing you. But yeah, we have better now healing wounds within the relationship. So even though there's like a separation here, you can see these two are separated. You're actually both ascending, you're both healing right now. And then again, we have watching you. All right. So let me get another oracle deck to confirm. So what do you need to know about this connection? Yeah, this person could have made you feel like an option, not a priority. Someone knows they messed up here. What do you need to know about this connection? So what is the truth of what's going on here, Spirit? We have obstacles, consistency. So someone was maybe not being consistent with you. That's kind of what I was getting at, is someone could have been more focused on their own needs or wants or their own like life. I did mention someone who maybe was a little bit self-absorbed. Maybe you were wanting consistency and this was kind of an obstacle within this connection. Like you could have told this person you wanted more consistency, but maybe you had different perspectives. You weren't on the same page about prioritizing this connection. And we have courage, strong, brave, emotional strength. All right, so let's see. And you know, it can be hard when you love someone and you know it's not working to walk away, or to admit that you're not being valued and to walk away. So you maybe, you know, had the courage to separate from this or start focusing on yourself and your own self-love. That courage card could also be tied to your person feeling apprehensive about coming towards you. So let's see the truth of this connection. So we do have fame here. So someone could be online or going viral right now. But what I'm getting with that fame cards, I feel like someone's watching you online. We also have financial focus. So for some of you, this has been coming out in my readings quite a bit. You could be focused on your online presence, particularly when it comes to business. Like you could be focused on some kind of financial endeavor that you're doing online. And then we have this week within days. So it feels like this connection is leveling up very soon. I'm going to confirm this with tarot, but the other thing could be that this person, like maybe they haven't been watching you, and maybe within like this week, within days, maybe they start watching you online is what I'm hearing. But let's continue. What is the truth of this situation? It almost feels like, so we have unhealed and we have protection. So one thing I'm hearing is that if you and this person were both dealing with unhealed wounds, unhealed trauma, you could have been being protected from this person spiritually. There could have been some sort of divine intervention. We have vulnerable. So it feels to me like this person is feeling apprehensive about coming towards you and being vulnerable and exposing how they truly feel. We also have self-improve on the bottom. So personal development, prioritize self. And for some reason, I keep getting the energy that, you know, this person could have been prioritizing themselves over this connection, and maybe you were prioritizing this connection over yourself. And from an unhealed place, both of you from an unhealed place. And if there was this separation, I feel like you were being protected so that you could heal those vulnerable parts of yourself and prioritize your own development and self-growth, is what I'm hearing. What is the truth of this situation? What is the truth of this situation? So we have alignment. So you could be, look at the similarities. So it feels like both of you are healing wounds. Both of you are prioritizing self-growth right now, living authentically and intentionally. So it does feel like both of you are healing. Both of you are ascending is what I'm hearing. We have fulfillment. So you could be very focused on your fulfillment right now, the things that bring you joy, the things that satisfy you, the things that make you feel content, you know, giving to friendships, connections, situations that uplift you rather than bring you down and make you feel like you're on that Ferris wheel, that round and round. We have over a month. So for some of you, you could have known this person for over a month to a year, or maybe it's been over a month to a year since you've talked to them or spoken to them. And we have authentic and talk coming out together. So communicate, discuss, reach out, and then being your true self, real and genuine. So it does feel like there is authentic communication. I'm actually seeing the Two of Cups. So someone coming towards you after you've both been healing, wanting, you know, an authentic, vulnerable conversation with you. Let's get one more card. One more. What is the truth of this situation? And then we'll see what tarot has to say. We have connection. So kindred, soulmate, kindred, like soul connection here. And remember that destined card. And you know what? Communication has been coming up a lot. And I think it's because Mercury is about to go into retrograde. We're already kind of in the pre-shadow or whatever the proper word is for it. So yeah, let's confirm this with tarot. Let's see what the truth of this situation is. We have the Empress. So you could resonate with Divine Feminine, or you could be focusing on your Divine Feminine energy. Taurus and Libra. What the what? The Emperor. I mean, I feel like this is probably a connection that was meant to help heal your Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine energies, both of you. This could be a counterpart connection. The fact that what? This is really interesting because healing wounds, both of you healing wounds within separation is what I'm hearing. But it feels like you've been working on your Empress energy. Perhaps they've been working on their Emperor energy. We have Aries energy. That's counterpart energy. Emperor and Empress. So I feel like you and this person, like it is a destined connection where you were meant to level up and go through personal growth. And look, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So it feels like things have been very stagnant, slow moving with the Knight of Pentacles. This person with that over a month to a year, like maybe it's been a long time since you've heard from this person. And you know, perhaps you're not trying to chase this person right now with the Empress energy. We have the Knight of Swords and we have the Six of Swords. So it does feel like you are very magnetic right now, Queen of Wands. One thing I'm hearing is that this person, and I'm not sure if this is for all of you, but for some of you, this person could have been very quick to move on to a third party after there was a tower moment between you. But what I'm hearing is that this person, it looks like there's some sort of impulsive communication coming in where this person is hoping to move into calmer waters. The Six of Swords can be about transition. And actually on the bottom of this deck, I should have mentioned it, we had the transition card, which is the Six of Swords. So transitioning into calmer waters. And it feels like sudden action. And remember I said the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is the energy, like someone could be watching you kind of shine your light. Queen of Wands, specifically creatively. And I feel like you could be magnetizing this in. The Queen of Wands, like there could have been, with the Knight of Swords, there could have been like intense arguments or impulsive behavior that led to the disconnect. But with the Queen of Wands, like this could have been a connection that was meant to help you heal your confidence and learn how to prioritize yourself and give to yourself, I'm hearing. That's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Interesting. All right. So I just want to start off by asking the truth about this connection. What is the truth of this connection? We have the Four of Wands. What? Listen, the Four of Wands is the 1111 card. So you could be counterparts. That's the first card coming out. And I feel like this was a connection, like the truth of this connection, it very much could be a destined connection where you're meant to come into union. We also have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, which shows positive change, overcoming obstacles. And this is very much the energy of someone coming back. You know, the Four of Wands is a reunion card. It's also, this connection could have triggered, because the Four of Wands is here, it could have triggered fear of abandonment, fear of rejection. So let's say you had a fear of abandonment and this person wasn't meeting, like wasn't, what does that card say? This person wasn't valuing you. If you had a fear of abandonment, you could have put up with less than you deserved because you had a fear of losing this connection. And this person, if they had a fear of abandonment and they felt commitment with you, they could have prematurely or impulsively abandoned this connection, is what I'm hearing. But that, I feel like what Spirit's saying is the truth of this connection is it was meant to help you come home to yourselves, into union with yourselves. And I feel like the truth of this connection is that it couldn't come into union or reunion until you both healed some of these wounds and made positive changes. But you know, the Five of Pentacles is about someone coming in out of the cold. The Four of Wands is about returning home. So it feels like someone's returning. Let's get a few more. What is the truth of this connection? What is the truth of this connection? We have the Ten of Wands. So it feels like this was a connection that could have been very overwhelming. Very, like, I'm hearing an intense connection. But it was meant to help you drop some of the burdens and baggage that you both accumulated throughout your life. And the Ten of Wands is actually a sign of progress. So the truth of this connection is that even though it feels like it's been a long time, even though it's felt heavy and tiring, it feels like there's about to be a completion here. And remember, I flipped over the World card. So cycles completing, you're nearing the end of a difficult period with the Ten of Wands. All right. Let's get another one. What is the truth of this situation? What is the truth of this situation? We have the King of Pentacles. So it very much could have been that this person did have a fear of commitment or was more focused on their pentacle world or on work. And the other thing I'm hearing with the King of Pentacles, we've got the Five of Cups on the bottom. So this person could have been quite selfish or greedy, or like I was kind of getting at with that card. And I feel like they have regret over that. The other thing I was hearing was with the King of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, it feels like this person could have a lot of regret for not investing in this connection. There could also be something about past wounding that was triggered specifically around their father, I'm hearing. I'm just gonna keep going. What is the truth of this situation? We have the Knight of Pentacles. So it feels like this has become stagnant and very slow moving while this person leveled up. The fact that we have the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here, it feels like your person needed to mature, especially when it came to commitment and perhaps their own stability, which is kind of what I was hearing with the Four of Wands. And we've got the Page of Swords. So for what you need to know, the truth of this connection, if you are like, it's interesting that that came out because this has been coming out a lot, but the Page of Swords does show someone watching you, keeping an eye on you. And they've been very slow to communicate with you, very slow to send a message. But there's also something else about you could be, like I said, working on something like financial focus, you focusing on your finances or like an entrepreneurial thing. And this person is watching you. The other thing I'm hearing is that this person maybe was too immature to balance this connection with their own life or their own hobbies or their own... I just feel like you could have been dealing with someone who is kind of self-focused. And I'm hearing so many things. The other thing I'm hearing is that this person needed to learn some lessons and kind of mature from this Knight of Pentacles into this King of Pentacles. So it feels like this person is, waiting until they're in a more stable energy to reach out here. Let's get one more for what the truth of this connection is. What is the truth of this connection? We have the Tower. So listen, I called it, but I said I did say that if there was a separation here, it could have been you were being protected. And I think I even mentioned the Tower. We have the Tower here. So whatever happened between you, you were being protected. Divine intervention with the Tower, and we have the Eight of Cups on the bottom. So it feels like it was divinely guided for someone to walk away from this connection, to walk away from the unstable foundation, and to walk away from accepting less than you deserved. And I feel like whether that was you that made the choice and you were like, wait a minute, I'm accepting less than I deserve, I need to walk away from this, and you were divinely guided, or if you had that fear of rejection, so you stayed with this within this situationship because you had a fear of being alone, and you continued to accept less than you deserve. I feel like it was divinely orchestrated that like a lightning strike came in to separate the two of you. Like you could have been holding on to this, even though this person was clearly holding on to themselves, is what I'm hearing. I feel like this is a connection that was supposed to lead to internal change with the Tower. I'm also hearing what you thought was a tragedy was actually a blessing in disguise. So like I said, if this person walked away or you walked away, it was actually a blessing in disguise. So Spirit, what can you tell me about this person's energy? So let's look at the person you're connected to. We have the World. Isn't that interesting how I flipped that over? And I even said, this could be a connection that was meant to help you learn from past patterns and cycles and complete things. So this person is in the energy of some sort of completion with the World. They could be letting go of that fear of commitment or their own instability. The World, I do feel like your person's energy, like I said, there's completion here, and we see that confirmed with the 10 of Wands. So there is progress being made. This person could be at a distance from you right now. I want to look at the guidebook that came with this deck. Hang on. I like to check out each guidebook because to me, tarot is an art form. So everyone who makes a deck and goes to the trouble of writing a guidebook, I like to check it out. I need my glasses. So the World, completion of an important cycle. So your person is completing that 10 of Wands, a very important cycle that needed to end. And that could be a cycle that you and this person were in with that Ferris wheel imagery. It also talks about couples specifically, accepting each other's flaws. The World promises a calm, stable relationship that thrives over time. It also, it promotes personal growth and emphasis focusing on positivity and development. Cleaning up your inner world, and I said internal change. So right now your person is going through personal growth and development, which we saw in this deck, and cleaning up their inner world before tackling a goal, before coming towards you. So they've been doing the work is what I'm hearing. That's interesting. Show me this person's current energy. And I feel like one of the cycles they're releasing is that non-committal energy, because we've got the Page of Wands on the bottom. So I feel like that's what they're releasing. Let's get a few more for your person. Show me their person's energy. We have the 8 of Swords in reverse. New perspectives on relationship, healing trauma that's kept them stuck, getting out of their self-limiting beliefs and their apprehensiveness. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles, so they are working on their stability. That's amazing. That's amazing. Let me get my book. They could have been through a dark night of the soul with the 8 of Swords in reverse as well. Taking control, facing fears, overcoming fears and worries. Clearer perspective of love, clearer perspective of what they need to change. There are no more obstacles. The path is clear. So whatever obstacle was stopping them, whatever cycle needed to end, the path is now clear. I don't know why Lord of the Rings is popping into my head right now. And look at this, Ace of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. So this person is, working on their stability. And I always say a person can only meet you where they are. So if this person was like, I feel like they weren't meeting you. There was like a lack of consistency. And I feel like they're now in a more stable energy where they can give and receive. 6 of Pentacles. Beautiful. All right, let's see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? We have the 6 of Wands. Oh my goodness. Let's get another one. How are they feeling about you? We have the 8 of Pentacles. So they definitely want to try again is what I'm hearing. 6 of Wands, you are glowing to this person right now. They're definitely watching you online. That's what I was saying with that fame card. Very attracted to you right now. There's a lot of like sexual energy with the 6 of Wands. And we have the 8 of Pentacles. So how are they feeling about you? Remember I mentioned focusing on your Pentacle world online specifically. So for some of you, that's a huge confirmation. Because the 8 of Pentacles can be someone who's focusing on self-mastery, specifically online. Anyway, for how your person feels about you, they want a successful renewal here with the 8 of Pentacles and commitment. 8 of Pentacles is commitment for how they feel about you. My goodness, let's get another one for how they feel about you. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? We have the 3 of Cups. So they could even be Justice. Oh, So for some of you, they could feel, there could have been third-party interference for some of you. I don't always get that with the 3 of Cups, but with it coming out with Justice, they could feel like they owe you truth and accountability about a third-party situation. They could feel, you know, they could have prioritized friends over this connection. They could be also watching you do some sort of hobby online with the 3 of Cups, spending time with your friends. But they feel like they need to make things right with you with the Justice card. They need to bring in balance. See how these scales are balanced? So they need to find more balance within this connection. The 3 of Cups, you know, when it comes to two people, is a mutually beneficial connection where you both give and the energy flows. So this person does want like a mutual, or they feel like they want a mutually beneficial connection where the energy is balanced. And like I said, for some of you, they could really be feeling like they need to take accountability or be honest with you, authentic with you about the fact that they weren't being consistent with you. 10 of Pentacles for how they feel about you, commitment. All right, let's look at their intentions. What are their intentions? What? Whoa. Whoa. The ball's going to be in your court, my friend. Their intentions are to resurrect something here with you with the Judgment card. And it's almost like they want to show you that they've been like evaluating themselves. They've been learning their lessons. Their intentions are to step up with the Emperor and to take action towards you and have a renewal with you with the Judgment card. Like their intentions are to make a judgment call and come in towards you with the Emperor. Wow. Aries energy. I forgot to mention signs. Anyway, we had lots of earth, fire, Aries. Let's get one more for intentions. What is this person's intentions? What are their intentions? Balance. Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, it feels like their intentions are to watch you until they feel like they're stable enough to come in towards you, but their intentions are to communicate with you with the Page of Swords and to balance this connection. And I always say, when I see a 2 of Pentacles card where the pentacles are balanced, they want to balance this. This keeps coming out that they want to balance it. 3 of Cups, Justice, 2 of Pentacles. They want to learn. Page of Swords, learning, balance. Their intentions are to learn how to balance this connection better. I don't know why I wanted to say betterly. That's not even a word. Properly, maybe that's the word I was looking for. So they want to find balance between work and love, between their social life and love and work. They want balance with you. That's their intentions here. I'm just going to look at this book again. Like I said, I like looking at the books. So they want to come towards you with mental clarity. They want to explore a connection with you. Page of Swords. They want to explore a connection with you. Within an existing connection. Opportunities for growth. So they want to explore opportunities for growth with you. Well, isn't that nice? Interesting. So the Two of Pentacles, they do want to provide balance. I want to look at this book. Balancing resources, adaptation, balancing love, work, family. They want to implement more organization to their routine so that they can balance work, friends, family with love. That's their intention. All right. What action are they taking towards you? What action are they taking towards you? No way. 8 of Wands. You cannot make that up. 8 of Wands, that's communication. Knight of Cups on the bottom, romantic gesture. So they are coming towards you being very vulnerable. With that Knight of Cups, like we had that authentic, vulnerable communication. But romantic gesture, they're going to tell you they want to rekindle this connection with the Knight of Cups and the 8 of Wands. And they're coming in a bit romantic. Let's get one more for communication. Action. What action is this person taking? 10 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Listen, I feel like this person is coming towards you very emotional, in a very loving energy with the 10 of Cups. That is a homecoming. It's also wanting a happily ever after. I feel like they're going to, when I didn't say it by accident, I don't think, when I said, tell me about this communication. I feel like this person is going to tell you that you're their fulfillment. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. So they're coming in with a solid offer, an offer of stability. A serious offer is what I'm hearing, of emotional fulfillment and stability. An equal give and take. 6 of Pentacles. So I feel like this communication, like even the 8 of Wands is like messages back and forth. This isn't, they send you a message and then you message them and then you don't hear from them for 5 days or a week. This is like bing, 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 like back and forth messages. All right, let's look at near future energy about this connection. Near future energy when it comes to this connection. Near future energy. Ace of Cups, renewal. Ace of Wands, holy, my goodness. So it could be 1 week to 1 month that this communication comes in is what I'm hearing. That, to me, that's near future energy. But the Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, I actually want to say 1 day to 1 month. And we had that this week card, within days this week. And then over a month. But I don't think the over the month was the timing about communication. But that's what I'm hearing. Near future energy, like if we're talking about timing, 1 day to 1 month. And then this is showing inspired action, passions being reignited, This is like when their higher self says, yes, take action now. And then the Ace of Cups, there's that offer of love, of vulnerability. And it shows a renewal. Loving action. Near future energy. Okay. So what do I want to ask now? What is your advice when this communication comes in? What is your advice when this communication comes in? Page of Pentacles. So it is a fresh start type of energy with the Page of Pentacles. So, you know, kind of, I wouldn't give up on whatever you're working on. Like if you're focused on like a new creative endeavor or you're focused on your finances right now, I wouldn't just abandon that for this connection. I would continue to focus on your dreams, on your stability. But the Page of Pentacles does show that you're going to see growth when this person comes in. You're going to see the potential of a new chapter. And what's interesting is we have this different pages, and the Page of Pentacles talks about a new chapter. So I do feel like you're both going to be on the same page, no pun intended. All right, I'm going to get you some channeled messages. Channeled messages. Conversation. Channeled messages. Channeled messages. Oh my gosh. Mend. I want to fix our connection. All right. What does this person want to say to you? Are you kidding me? I want to call you and hear your voice. This is definitely communication energy. Which is funny because I said that right before I started pulling cards, because I was talking about Mercury in retrograde. What does this person want to say to the viewer? What? Come on now. Reciprocity. I want to have equal give and take. I said that with the Six of Pentacles. And Mend, I want to fix our connection. What does this person want to say to you? What does this person want to say to you? So look at this. We have responsibilities and the 10 of Wands came out. So this person maybe had a lot of responsibilities, or like I said, they were more focused on other things. I had to take care of my financial and emotional needs. So they could have been more focused on their business. They could have been more focused, like maybe they had children. And then escape, I left when things got hard. So this person could have, like I said, walked away from this connection. Divine intervention, divine protection, I'm hearing. And we have irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. So they could have been very overwhelmed and ran from this connection. We have holding back. I should have expressed myself better. What does this person want to say to you? Inseparable. Our love is always there despite the distance. And I just want to get one more. Oh, what is happening here? My goodness. We have reunion, which when I said, what is the truth of this situation? The Four of Wands came out. Anyway, on the bottom, we have forgiveness. So remember, justice, they do want your forgiveness. They do want to apologize. So, my friends, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.